Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going in DC?
DC is good. We're finally like getting spring. Well, we get it for a few days and it's going to be 90s later this week. But it's been a very cold, like I think Friday was like 50s, 60s. So
Uh,
it's just sort of rough weather, but everything's good. People are out, like the sun's setting later. It's that time of year to just go outside and enjoy the weather.
exactly. I'll let y'all take it away with movie reviews.
Sure thing. I saw HBO Max's latest release actually called Mountainhead. And this is a film that was written and directed by Jesse Armstrong, who is famous for creating, um, oh my gosh, what's the show from HBO Max with the about the family with oh my
Succession?
Um, Succession, yes. Oh my gosh, just tip of my tongue. Yes. So he's famous. He did Succession. He's done a lot of things over the years, Jesse Armstrong, and so this is his latest movie called Mountainhead. And what it is it follows these four rich friends, and by rich they're like tech bro rich. So they're like in the billions. Well, one of them doesn't have a billion yet, but he's like almost there and they spend a weekend up at one of their houses called Mountainhead in Utah. And along the way, the one of them has a social media service, kind of like a Facebook version, that released a new AI, and it's been allowing people to make deep fakes very easily and unverifiable. So as they're meeting and as this is going on, like the world is burning around them. People are killing each other. People are sending false things, and neighbors are attacking each other because of these false deep fakes that can't be fact checked. But one of the other members of the group actually has a great AI fact-checking software. So he like wants to kind of purchase their software, purchase this company so that their fact-checking software will actually work for this one company. Anyway, that's kind of the premise. They're coming in, they're rich people. It's kind of like a Succession style thing. Uh, Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, Rami Youssef are the four tech bros in this situation. And then things go a little awry throughout the time during this time period of kind of the chaos that's happening in the world around them. Overall, it's kind of, I would say it's a little weak. So there's a lot of tech bro lingo or tech lingo that they use in probably like the first half of the movie. And I don't understand it that well. I don't know what they're saying half the time. Maybe it's better if like you're in the know, but I feel like what made Succession work well is like you didn't have to be like very techy or even financy to understand what the characters were saying. This, you really have to like follow along to see what is even going on in the movie and understanding what the characters' motivations are. It does hit like a funny moment near the end, like the climax of like this tensions boiling up between everyone. That is pretty hilarious. I will say that they have like a good moment there, but overall, it's very weak. I think Jesse Armstrong did wrote something he thought it might have worked, but really, I think taking again that model of maybe the rich people and putting them all into kind of like tech speak just was a miss. Um, I don't even think I could recommend it, even in the background of anything, because again, you're not going to understand most of what's going on. But that is what I ended up watching. So I will say, actually, this is like the first movie in a long time that I probably wouldn't even recommend as a background movie.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah, yeah, I
Not
know. It
even a
was like
background movie. That's pretty deep, Adam.
I know. I don't know if I had high hopes for this, but it's a good cast. I like all the actors in it. And I was like, okay, this will be a fun watch. And it was just so dialogue heavy. And if you like look into the movie, actually, they started filming in January of this year, so it was a very quick turnaround.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that's kind of part of, I guess, kind of the streaming companies competing to have new media, new content out, is they kind of do these quick turnarounds, and for better or worse, this case worse, you don't really get good content.
Wow. Was that it?
Yeah, that's all I had a chance to. I know we were out for Memorial Day, but I was out as well, so I didn't get a chance to catch anything else.
Okay. I too was on HBO Max. By the way, um, Hollywood. I hear. I can see that you're trying, um, but try harder. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna continue on. Just try harder. So I ran across this movie called The Parenting. I never heard of it before, but I saw that Edie Falco and Lisa Kudrow were in it, and then I was wondering why are those two together? Edie Falco is a very much dramatic actress. You may know her from The Sopranos. She was Carmela Soprano. She's been on Nurse Jackie. She was also on Oz. So she's a very serious actress, and I've only known her to do drama. Even though Nurse Jackie had some comical moments, it was very drama driven. And Parker Posey is the other star in this film. So this film is basically about a couple that invites their parents, both sets of parents, to a rental home where one of them wants to propose during the time that the parents are together. And the hope is that the family gets together and they get to know one another, and then it's all love and it's all good and everything works out perfect and the proposal happens and it's a beautiful moment. Well, the rental home is haunted. Now, keep in mind, this is a comedy. Can I tell you that I laughed out loud? Like when I laugh out loud, that means it's pretty damn good. And I found myself rewinding, wanting to hear certain lines over again and wanting to see certain things over again because it was so funny. And so when I do that, that's the sweet spot. And it came on streaming. I didn't have to leave my home to go see it. Definitely worth the watch. It was very hilarious. Of course, I was wondering, Edie Falco plays the straight person, but she's still hilarious, even in her playing the straight person. I say definitely check it out. It's good for a good rainy day. If you just want to stay in, have a little meal, some popcorn or whatever, check out The Parenting on HBO. Another film that I saw on HBO with the same genre. This one is called Y2K, and it stars Fred Durst, Jaden Martell, Alicia Silverstone, and Mason Gooding, who happens to be Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. So this film follows a group of students leading into the eve of it's 1999 New Year's Eve going into 2000. It's the Y2K, and it's the worst scenario of Y2K that could ever be possible. Literally, all the machines are ganging together against the humans, and it's quirky, it's weird, it has funny moments, but it's more so just quirky and odd. Um, it's entertainment. I wouldn't say that it had me laughing out loud, but it can be on for background noise.
That's good to know.
It's actually a little bit more than that. You can probably get a little entertainment, a little chuckle out of it because it was so outrageous that it was funny, but it wasn't, intellectually funny like the parenting was. Parenting was very funny. You can check it out. It's okay. It's on streaming. Something to watch.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna get over to Disney, where I finally watched Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay.
Anthony Mackie, Mr. Harrison Ford, Liv Tyler, and Mr. Carl Lumbly, who's a legend in acting. It was nice to see him in a film, of modern time. Carl Lumbly is like a veteran actor. He's been around forever, but it's good to see, he's still working and he's in a major motion picture. And I see that Marvel has no problem with hiring veteran actors to get into their newer movies. They don't discriminate with it. I was loving Leslie Uggams in what's the movie? Deadpool. So
Hmm.
yeah, shout out to Marvel on that. I see you. However, let's deal with this Captain America situation. Um, I didn't like it. I'm not gonna say I hated it, but I didn't like it. Um, there was nothing exciting about it to me. A Red Hawk wasn't exciting. The fights, they didn't do anything for me. And maybe because they could possibly be following the same formula that was winning for them before. Okay, that did that job. Now you need to up the ante. We need something else. Because you told that story, the story ended with an apex of a fight scene that we've never seen in a motion picture ever before. Give us something new. This is supposed to be a new chapter. You're starting fresh. This is the first movie out of that new chapter. It's weak.
That's what everyone
So
said.
I didn't see the Thunderbolts, and I'm gunning for the what is it? The Fantastic Four. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's going to be the one. I wasn't really interested in seeing the last release, which was Thunderbolts. I wasn't even curious about it. I wasn't curious about this one, but since it was on streaming and I was home, why not? And I was disappointed. I'm glad that I didn't go to the theater to watch it. Marvel, do better. You do better with the series than you did with this movie. Some of the series are better than this, especially the animated ones. Get on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. They did yeah, I think you'll like Thunderbolts because I think you set the bar low, now you're gonna enjoy it. Because it's like I felt like it's like the Guardians of the Galaxy where you're like, this is like weird characters, and then it turned out to be
Mm-hmm.
good. You'll enjoy Thunderbolts. Yeah, Captain America, yeah, I think the biggest complaint people said it was boring.
Yeah.
Uh and how are you gonna have a boring Marvel movie? I don't know.
And I just hated that the boring movie had the black man as the star. I mean, come on. But anyway, Steven, I did check out Forever. I loved it. But I heard that there's another series, and when I figure out the name, it's on the lines of that, but they're saying that it's better. When I find out what that is, I'm going to get back to you.
Please let me know. Let me know. Yeah. Against my better judgment, I watched the Netflix series "She the People," and the reason why I watched it because it stars Terry J. Vaughn,
Yes.
who this has been something been works for her for years, and she's been her dream. You know her from the Steve Harvey Show, but
Mm-hmm.
she teamed up with Tyler Perry. She was able to sell it to Tyler Perry Studios, and he's brought it to life. And it stars her, Terry J. Vaughn, Kevin Thomas, and Jade Nova. And I guess if you're an old school Tyler Perry fan of his plays and things like that, you'll love this. Because there are some funny moments. Like the mother from Family Matters, she plays the matriarch and she's funny. But it's just so, and I was seeing the comments overline, it's so stereotypical. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
the plot, the whole premise of it is she tries to go into politics and she is elected as the Mississippi's first black lieutenant governor. And she has to manage with her family to overcome her boss who's stuck in the past. And it's just very stereotypical. It's always the loud cousin who's ghetto, her boyfriend, the mom is one of those Medea type characters. It was just and like because I was bored, I was watching and it's quick. It's like 20 minutes episodes, like 24 minutes episodes. So I got through most of it, but when I saw the comments online, people were just they're like, "What is this? What are we doing here?"
Yeah.
But she's very excited about it because this is her first lead role. Um,
Right.
and her husband's he actually is in the series as well, her real life husband. So I'm happy for her, but for the culture, no. Unfortunately.
So it's funny that you say that because as you were talking, I was having a thought, and and you can agree with me or not, but
Mhm.
from my point of view, I see us when they put us on film, we're going from one extreme to the other. Either
Yeah,
we're ghetto and we're loud and we're poor, or we're super rich and stuck up and bougie beyond words. It's either
yeah.
or. The best show that I've ever seen that depicted black life on television was Soul Food the series. I miss
Mm,
it so much.
yes, yes. But yeah, but even like so the governor, he's older white gentleman has been in office forever, and even his character is very stereotypical, And I get it's Mississippi, but still, it's just yeah,
Yeah, there's a little bit of like laziness in writing where you're like,
yeah,
well, we've seen
yeah,
this for 50 years. Let me just write the same characters.
exactly,
And probably AI wrote it, but
right,
uh,
right. But she's extremely happy, She feel like that, every time she talks about seeing her in interviews, she gets emotional because Tyler Perry made her dream come true, but. I think, and the thing is, you can tell she's a really good actress. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she is.
But I think she could have been in a stronger role or strong.
Let's hope and pray for her that this will get some eyes on her and she'll be able to do something that we can see her range.
Exactly, because she is. I mean, you can tell she's a good actress. You know, she's a really good actress. And so, but this, yeah, a lot of people are very disappointed by it. You know, but anyway, that's all I saw. Anything coming down the pipeline?
Oh, I'm looking for the new Old Guard. That sounds weird.
Mhm.
The sequel to the Old Guard.
Yes, with Charlie Theron.
Oh yes, and that's a movie I could get behind. That was jam-packed entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Because I haven't seen the latest John Wick, but they have Ballerina coming out, which is like in the world of John Wick, and Anna de Armas is
Right,
playing
right.
kind of an assassin. Do you think that'll be any
So
good?
what I do like about John Wick is that they realized that their formula was getting weak and they started branching off telling other stories. I thought that the miniseries that they put on Peacock, The Continental, was mwah. I thought that was chef's kiss. So if they keep that type of momentum going with Ballerina, they could keep going. They can continue to tell stories. Because from what I hear, there's more stories to tell as it relates to that universe.
Hmm.
So if they keep up the good foot and keep going in the right direction, kudos to them.
All
Nice.
right, guys. Well, thank you for always for letting us know what to spend our time and money on and what not to. We'll be right back after this.